Lunch breakers and takers, do us a favor. Take a second to hit that like and subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. B, what a game.
Yeah.
What a game. We have a lot to say about it. I was going to say I don't know what to say about it, but I know exactly what I want to say about it. Very exciting, very entertaining if you're a football fan.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're a Ravens fan, because we came out with the win.
Yeah.
But if you're us over here, if you're us over here, there's a few things that frustrated us about this game.
Yeah.
And if you're a follower of this channel, you already know how we feel about how this team is constructed. We're huge Lamar fans. We think this team needs to be built around Lamar, and then whatever you have left, you build a defense with that. And they've decided to go the opposite way.
Yeah.
This team is built to be a run-first, defensive-heavy team, and that defense looked like we wasted our money in draft picks last night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not happy with that performance at all. I do not want to hear about injuries. Injuries are a part of the game, because guess what? There are injuries on the other side of the ball, and we still hold Lamar accountable whenever he has a turnover or a missed pass.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't want to hear the excuse on the defense. Okay, I understand we were short a little bit on cornerbacks. Marlon Humphrey was healthy. Marcus Peters, I guess he got banged up at some point in the game, but he was out there for most of the snaps. Patrick Quinn is healthy. Judon and Yannick, they're healthy. The defense, there's no excuse for giving up 42 points in a game. So that's what we're going to start with last night's game. We're going to start with the disappointment on defense.
Yeah, like I said, they're built to be run first, play defense. Defense wins us the game, ball control, all that kind of stuff. And that's what they've been the last 2 years, and they've gotten embarrassed in the playoffs both years. And the rails, the defense went completely off the rails against Cleveland. So yeah, I mean, it was already a long shot that you're going to win a Super Bowl with a run first and defensive philosophy in the NFL in 2020. But I mean, they're not even particularly good at that anymore.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, like I said on our live stream, it's time to get Lamar some protection, get him some weapons, and let him play. That's it. The win with defense is over with.
I mean, we look at the teams that we built this team to stop in the offseason. The Chiefs, the Titans, right? Like, they ran through us.
Yeah.
They ran through us. That defense it's like they weren't even there. And then last night, we got the Browns. They scored a tying touchdown with less than 2 minutes and 40 seconds. In 40 seconds, they went down the field and scored a touchdown to tie the game.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar had to go and put that team on his back and get Justin Tucker in the field goal range so we could seal that game. That defense is atrocious right now. Like I said, and if it's because we have backup cornerbacks out of the game, then that's all I need to hear. We need to just completely shut down, defund the defense. All right. We need to defund the defense. Stop putting all your investment in the defense. They've shown you they can't carry it. This is Lamar's team.
The other part of it too is, okay, you build this great defense. You want to stop teams from running. Ideally you want to stop both, right? But they focused on the run defense this offseason. And what you found out is there's just teams that are great at running the ball, and you're not going to shut them down no matter what you do.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt from running the ball for 4 quarters. You're not going to stop Derrick Henry from running the ball for 4 quarters. They've got Marlon Humphrey, who's a defensive player of the year candidate, and Marcus Peters, who was a first team All-Pro last year. And Pat Mahomes laughed at them. Like, you're not going to stop the Chiefs from throwing the ball.
Right.
So, I mean, the NFL is at a point where you can build an offense that is unstoppable, no matter what defense you're going against. So it doesn't make any sense to try to build your team defense first.
Yeah.
And completely ignore the offense.
Yeah. So after last night's game, I hope that opened up a lot of eyes for people.
Mhm.
All right. Look, this team goes as Lamar goes. We've said it before on this channel. All right, in our podcast. Lamar carries that team on his back.
Yeah.
He carries that team on his back. Nobody else is carrying that weight. Right.
No.
Whether you want to say he had to take a bathroom break or he really did have cramps, he had to get an IV, whatever it was, he left that game for a couple of drives, and we give up a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah.
Right? And we can't answer. And then McSorley comes out and he has to come out there and immediately throw a touchdown pass. And then defense just let Baker go right down the field, tie the game, and Lamar comes back and saves the day. It's all on Lamar. And Lamar is doing it with not much help.
Yeah.
Not much help. I mean, the O-line is decimated. I understand Ryan Stanley's hurt right now. Tyree Phillips is back, but he's a rookie. The rest of the O-line is just whatever. I mean, Orlando Brown is playing left tackle and doing, I think, a solid job at left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But the O-line is not the same as it was last year, so it's gotten significantly worse.
Yeah.
And the run game. Listen, we've debated some people on how this offense should be run. And I get it for right now, because this is what it is. We don't have a passing game and we don't have an offensive coordinator that knows how to call passing plays. We got to run the ball, right? My argument is this: running is not our strength. Running is just what we're designed to do, right? And let me explain that. Lamar can pass, right? There's nothing wrong with Lamar as a pocket passer. The problem comes with we don't draw plays for him to pass the ball. We're drawing up running plays. So that's how the offense is constructed. My argument is either Greg Roman starts drawing up some passing plays to draw up a more modern offense, or get rid of him. Because every week we're looking at it and we're like, oh yeah, we got to run, run the ball, pound the rock. But I'm looking at the stat sheet and Lamar's is always the leading rusher.
Yeah.
Your quarterback can't be the leading rusher every single week, because God forbid something happens to him, like what happened with Trace McSorley. Right? Then what happens to your whole offense?
Right.
Because the whole offense is predicated around Lamar running.
Yeah. As I said before, they don't have a rushing offense. They have a garbage offense.
Yeah.
With one superstar at the quarterback position. Like I said, I like J.K. Dobbins. I think he's a very talented player. Gus Edwards is having a great year. He looks like a much better player than he's been in the past.
Yes.
But those aren't the guys who are carrying that offense. Now, if that's what you think it should be, then Lamar should stop running and let those two carry the ball. Baker Mayfield ain't leading the Browns in rushing, right? Because they have two high end running backs,
right?
And they let them run.
And
so if you want to say, hey, we're a ball control, run the ball, play defense team, then give it to your running backs, not your quarterback.
Yeah, the way those two teams run their offense are the exact opposite, right? Baker Mayfield's success, these string of games, comes from them saying, we are going to run the ball with Chubb and Hunt, and you're going to pass out of that play action. You're going to play off of that. We're going to make teams focus on those guys, and you're going to run this play action, and we're going to limit your passing, and you're going to make smart choices. We're going to scheme these guys open, right? Because you don't have Odell right now. You got Jarvis and you got Donovan Peoples-Jones and Higgins. And, they're all solid, right? But a lot of times you look at these plays, these guys are wide open because the defense is focused on Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
What we do in Baltimore, is Lamar has to be the one to scheme our running backs open for these open lanes. These running backs, look, I like Gus. I really like J.K. Dobbins. I think he has the potential to be special, but he's not a special player right now. Gus is not a special player, right? We don't have special players on that offense to where the defense says we have to focus on that guy. The focus is on Lamar. And it's that split second where he goes to hand the ball off that freezes the defense, right? I don't know if Lamar's going to keep the ball or if this running back's going to get the ball. And that's what frees up that running back to hit these lanes, right? So the offense is 100% based on Lamar. Now, what we could do if we had a better offensive coordinator is say the same way we're scheming these running backs open using Lamar, we can scheme our wide receivers open. And we saw a glimpse of that on that touchdown pass to Hollywood Brown, because when Lamar rolled out of the pocket, the whole defense followed him and completely ignored Hollywood Brown, and he just lobbed it in there for an easy touchdown. We can run more plays similar to that to get the wide receivers involved.
Again, you didn't like the flea flicker to open the game. It's just that the offensive coordinator is just, he's not a very good play caller. That's just what it is. Right. I don't think that he wants to have a high powered offense. He doesn't want to throw the ball a lot, and he's just not capable of calling a good game in 2020. But to your point about J.K. Dobbins being maybe being a special player, I would say what would it matter if he was? He plays running back. It does not matter if he's a special player. Right. Over the course of a season. Yeah, in a game, he can make game-changing plays, right? But, I'm a Panthers fan. Christian McCaffrey had 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving, and they were drafting higher than they were when they picked him.
Well, I won't say it wouldn't matter at all, right? It would matter if we have a coaching staff that knew how to take advantage of that. It's kind of like with the Browns, how the Browns use Chubb. Like, it matters for them because Chubb helps get Baker Mayfield easy looks, right? Because you're focused on Chubb getting the ball, so you're cheating up to go and stop him, and you're getting wide receivers open off of that play action.
But it matters for them because they have a great offensive line, and they can put any running backs back there. I mean, yeah, you won't get the exact same production, but you'll get very similar production if you take out Nick Chubb and sub in somebody else. You see that all over the league. Saquon Barkley came in. He was a dominant player at running back, right? They were one of the worst rushing teams in the league. Ezekiel Elliott came in. He was a dominant running back, in his rookie year, and even somewhat in the second year. Doesn't really matter. It's a position where you can replace the production, and those plays don't win you games.
I get that. Like, that within itself, I'm not saying lean, but those teams lean on those guys, right? I'm not saying lean on J.K. Dobbins if he turns out to be a star, right? I'm saying you can use him as part, as a way to get other, players involved, to get, some easy passes. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying
right. No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying you can do that whether he's a special player or not, is what I'm saying. Because what is going to really get the defense to focus on that is when you rebuild the O-line and you're opening up holes all over the place. Opening wide holes. Yeah, that's what it was last year. They were the best rushing team in NFL history last year, and they threw 36 touchdowns because everybody was so worried about stopping the run game.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't because Mark Ingram is a great running back and Gus Edwards is a great running back.
Right.
It's because the O-line was moving people out the way.
Yeah. So, all right. Looking forward, we got 3 games left. We play Jacksonville next week. Then we have the Giants, and I believe Cincinnati we close out with.
Yeah.
We should win all 3 of those games. As much as we're kind of talking down on the team right now, we should be able to win out 11-5. And honestly, I think we'll probably be finished second in the division behind the Steelers. I don't see the Browns winning out. They lose one more game, especially if that game is to the Steelers. They're 11-5. We'll skip ahead of the Browns. So I'm thinking I would rather get the 7th seed. Let's be clear about that. I'd rather get the 7th seed so we can play the Steelers. Steelers aren't going to be the number 1 seed. They're going to be the number 2 seed. I would like to be the 7th seed to play the Steelers in the playoff in that first round. But it's looking like, I think when it's all said and done, we'll probably be the 5th or 6th seed. We'll make the playoffs, guys. We're going to make the playoffs. We might get out the first round. Depending on who the matchup is in the second round, I don't see it. It's possible, but we're definitely not winning the Super Bowl. I don't see it. I definitely don't see the Super Bowl. Look, like I said the other day, the chances are never 0%. So there's always a chance, but I think it's a slim chance. We just don't have what it takes to win it this year. Now, when we get to the off season, we get some work to do. We can come back next year and really run the table.
Yeah. I don't really see them getting out of the first round because, like I said, I don't think they're going to get the 7 seed, and I'm not sure they can beat Tennessee or Buffalo.
I think they can beat Tennessee. I think they can beat Tennessee. They should have had Tennessee beat in this last game. We'll see what Tennessee is going into the playoffs. I think we could do it. I think we could do it.
Oh yeah, it's certainly possible. I'm just not like
Buffalo. I'm not confident in
Pittsburgh. I think they could take, because I think Pittsburgh is kind of slowly falling apart at this point. But Tennessee or even the Colts. I mean, the Colts are better now than they were when Baltimore beat them. I think it's a tall order for Baltimore to beat anybody but Pittsburgh in the first round.
I think as long as we don't have to play Kansas City or Buffalo in the first round, we can get out of the first round. I'm not even saying we can't beat Buffalo. I just don't want to play them in the first round. Buffalo is a better team than us right now.
Yeah.
I think if we get out of the first round, depending on how we perform there, maybe that confidence can carry over to the next game. But we can't play. We can't play a tough team in the first round. Like that's going to be one and done.
Yeah.
Look, get Lamar weapons. It's simple. Get him weapons. And I'm not talking about one player or one tight end. We trade for Zach Ertz and that's it, right? No, there's some wide receivers available this offseason that we can get, whether it's through the draft, free agency, or trade. Eric DeCosta has to make it happen.
Yeah.
And definitely he's got to make it happen on that O-line, right? You have to start, and also, goes without saying, we got to change the coaching. We got to change the offensive coordinator, but really it comes down to a Harbaugh problem.
Yeah.
Whether it's Harbaugh moves on, you say, hey, it's been great, but we got to go another direction. Or you have a conversation with Harbaugh and say, hey, moving forward, you're not a part of the offense. We're going to bring in an offensive coordinator. He's going to run that part of it, and you handle, defense and special teams or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can't be involved with the offense anymore.